I am Sham. What's up, guys? I'm here in Cleveland, second night. Probably hear that sound. It's rain. It's raining men here. Yeah, I'm good. I'd rather not have that happen. But anyways, I was trying to find a gas station, so I found one yesterday that was further south, called Speedway. But since I came up here to the Planet Fitness, that's headed towards the direction of all the sites. Like all the sites are in East Cleveland, and right now I'm close by. So for me to drive back and then, just to hang out at a gas station, then come back here is not worth it. Kind of sucks. I'm like in the parking lot of a CVS because it's one of the few things that's open 24 hours. If I need to use the bathroom, it's convenient. That's why I'm here. So I'm gonna try to do that St. Joseph's Hospital in Warren. I know a couple of the guys here are really looking forward to. One of the guys I chatted with was actually born there, and I think he's gonna get a real kick out of seeing what's happened since then. And then a guy hit me up on YouTube who lives near there, and was saying how he goes to that spot and whatnot. So it's cool. It's cool to be able to give people perspective, especially people who have been there and done that with that place, that are surrounded by it. And I'm willing to take those risks. That's why this YouTube channel is going to be unique. I purposely did it in terms of Urbex, doing night solos, doing spots where you can get caught for trespassing. It depends on what that jurisdiction wants to do, what that particular cop wants to do, what the court system wants to do, but you can face repercussions, and I'm willing to do that. I don't need you guys to pat me on the back or say I'm brave. That's fine. I'm going to do it regardless. It's fun. It adds to the thrill for me. But having said that, it makes it extremely rare to see this perspective of a night solo, of a guy who's willing to do whatever it takes to show you guys what's up. So I would like you guys to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications on for sure. Comments coming, content's coming pumping out real quick. And then please share, whether you want to link on other Urbex channels, give them, comment on similar videos and be like, hey, awesome video, but check out this guy's perspective, and tell your friends about it, things like that. And I'm going to try to advertise. I haven't had a chance to advertise, but I'm going to get on that grind real soon. I'm just so freaking beat up. Trying to get sleep, but I keep getting discovered by the cops. At the same time, the cops are awesome. They treated me well. And I had a great conversation, like a deep conversation with one of them over just outside of Warren, headed towards Cleveland. So I look at churches, and now baseball fields have opened my eye because they've got those dugouts, and it's starting to rain, as you can hear. So my plan is really to kind of focus more on baseball fields. If churches... It just depends. Some churches might have an overhang, but at the same time, you're out in the open and easy to spot. So I'd rather crawl into a baseball dugout and do it that way. So I did it, but the thing over in Warren, it was easily exposed to the road. So it was dark, so I couldn't see the perspective. But then as it got lighter, when I was getting ready to sleep, I laid my stuff down and I looked, and I could hear, the cars could clearly see me. But at that point, I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I'm just going to lay down. And I did. I was able to get 5 hours of sleep. But I keep telling myself that I need to do the Urbex earlier, because it's getting dark earlier. Do that, I'm going to do 2 hours, so my videos are going to be about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Then find a place to sleep, and that way, even if I get caught, I'm still getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. But I procrastinate, and it doesn't end up being the case. Right now, it's like closer to 10:30, and I'm going to try to do the St. Joseph's Riverside, hang it out in my car. We'll see how it goes, and then most likely I'm going to do my first Urbex here in Cleveland. So I passed by Cleveland, I think on my last road trip. So this is my 6th road trip going cross country. So on my last one, that was when I first got into Urbex. I did the 4 in Detroit. And then I came down to Cleveland, and I attempted one, but the place was sealed off. I'm going to see what's up with that spot. But there's several other spots. Cleveland is actually better than I thought. So we'll try our first attempt tonight. If that doesn't work, then I'll move on to the next site. Hopefully, if I'm in the mood, if there's time, it just depends. But I'm just really beat. I'm crossing my fingers to find a spot where I could just like get a full night's rest, and I think that'll really get me jump started, get me going again. Because it's not motivating when you are just freaking suffering. It just, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. But amplify that being on the road, living out of your car, and now you've got these uncomfortable elements. Yeah, the things I do for potential attention. But no, that's beside the point. I love doing this. Everything is extra. Yes, my competitive side is coming out, and I'm looking at these Urbex channels. Oh, you've got a couple thousand, you've got this. Some people got over 1 million, and I'm looking, thinking, okay, awesome. I support that. I support you. Here's the philosophy. Every single goddamn YouTube channel can have the entire world's population minus themselves. There's no competition there. Like, you can join as many channels as you want. So that's why, for me, why not go out there and totally broadcast myself and have other people help and me help other people and cross-advertise and kind of get everything, get the whole Urbex community propped up, because the more subscribers we have, the more attention this whole thing gets. And I think that's just going to kind of push the envelope for the type of content. I'm specializing, again, as you know, night solos, but I like to do raw and unedited. Part of that might be laziness, like I'm just getting into it, but I'm doing it off my phone. Again, I'm living out of my car. This is my first attempt. So I know a lot of these channels that are real popular, they catch you with like that fanciness. You see the nice thumbnail, they've got a great intro, they splice and they dice. What I hope is that people are like, if I really want to see that POV experience in a time and place that I will never do in my life, something out of a horror movie, because we love watching horror movies, but if you're like, if it was legit and real, you would never want to put yourself in that situation. So do it through me. Live vicariously through me. That's all I'm saying. And I believe that should differentiate me. On top of that, I've done a couple sites. I believe the VA hospital in Pittsburgh and then the Heinz factory that have never been done and probably most likely will never be done because of the severe trespassing penalties. Especially VA hospital, that is not something to joke with. And I kind of I jolted myself because afterwards I was curious. So being an idiot, I was driving past this from Warren to Cleveland. I drove past this massive fence, never seen anything that long. So at the very end, it was like let me adjust this. At the very end, it was like a National Guard thing from Ohio. And that fence was surrounding like a huge, base training center. So I'm just like brainstorming, oh, what if I went and snuck in there? So I looked at the rules, like what is the consequences of being caught there? Well, it falls under being a federal, government facility, and that heightens the stakes, and the punishment is much more severe. Then I looked at VA. They've got their own freaking police force, and that was what was advertised on the fence, that it was being patrolled by them. Now I took that risk, but truthfully, I took it thinking it's just going to be one of those like regular things. So they're just going to like escort you out and be like, hey, don't ever come again, which I'm a one and done. I'm a hit it and quit it, I guess, type of person when it comes to that. So I have zero caring about that. But in these places, if you get caught, it's a different level, and that's just something I can't risk, especially living out of my car type of deal. Like, what's going to happen to that and blah, blah, this and that. But speaking of the cops, when they do catch me sleeping, it's just laugh. Like, because I come in there laughing. I know what's up. They know what's up. We're laughing. And I was able to ask him, like, I appreciate it. And he's like, whatever energy and attitude you put towards me, I'm going to put towards you. And that's what it is. There's always going to be bad apples. Again, I stand for whatever is correct, coming from whatever side. So far it's been positive, and I know deep down inside, listen, we're all human, and I know deep down inside they don't give a shit, and they understand, and they feel for people in those situations, and they'd rather probably not even get those calls. They don't want to deal with it, but since they have to, and now it's being recorded, they've got a body cam, they've got a log, it's like you got to do your job, quote unquote, and that is to enforce whatever laws are, enacted. That's just what it is. So I understand that. They're not doing it to screw me. It's going to be applicable to everybody. At the same time, they're making it as easy as possible for me, and I appreciate it. Anyways, I'm here in my car. I'm going to try to edit and then post this video and see how I'm feeling. And hopefully we'll do our first site here in Cleveland. And then I'll rinse and repeat. Stay tuned. Really, guys. Share, do all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'll get back to you. I'm Sham, and I'm out.